Some people say the key to happiness is sports. Some people say it's baseball. Some say it's football. Some basketball. Some serving their country. I'm going to show you what the real key to happiness is.
I thought I had enough time in life. In reality, I didn't. Looking back at it, if you can't find enough time doing stuff you enjoy, it will fly right past you. Sometimes that one idea is right in your face, and you're too caught up on all the other stuff in life that you miss it. In other words, stop focusing on so many aspects in life and only focus on one. That's the only way to grow something or end something. If you really want something, you have to be able to put your all into it. A quote that I live by is, if you don't want it as bad as you want to breathe, you don't want it at all.
Got a question for you. Somebody answered the question for me. He said, when you were underwater, what did you want to do? Lee, I'm looking for a different word though than lip. What's that word? He said, I wanted to breathe. He told the guy, he said, when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful.
They told me if I wanted to find the key to happiness in life, I'd be willing to put my blood and sweat and tears into things. I didn't understand it though. I wanted to do something great, something bigger. They always told me to have a backup plan, have something to fall back on. But like Denzel Washington said, I didn't want to fall back. I wanted to fall forward upon my dreams, my ideas, and my goals.
Now, I'm sure in your experiences in school and applying to college and picking your major and deciding what you want to do with life, I'm sure people have told you to make sure you have something to fall back on. Make sure you got something to fall back on, honey. But I never understood that concept, having something to fall back on. If I'm going to fall, I don't want to fall back on anything except my faith. I want to fall forward. I figure at least this way I'll see what I'm going to hit.
Everyone's had a dream. Here and there, things go by, people go, people come. But reality is, everyone has a dream. But if you focus on a big goal and go step by step, focusing on little goals one by one, you'll get there someday. A good quote someone told me that deals with this step by step is that you have to count your pennies first. What you want to do first is get a penny. Whether that's working a job, working a 9 to 5, doing what you enjoy. The next thing you want to do is scale it to a dime. Next, when you scale it to a dime, you can scale it up to a nickel, and you can scale it up to a quarter, and then you can scale it up to $1. But you have to get to the penny to get to the nickel, and the nickel to get to the dime, and the nickel to get to the quarter. It's all about the process. You've got to love the process. If you don't love the process and you don't actually love what you're pursuing, why are you pursuing it? You've got one life to live and you've got no get-backs. So why would you spend a life wasting your time trying to appease other people? That's one thing I've always tried to figure out. But once you figure out what you want in life, how you can achieve it, and the step-by-step process to get there, then you can start fulfilling. But right now, I'm standing looking down into this well, wondering what could have been here, what's ahead of me. There's a dark, endless tunnel, and that's it. All I can see is 5 feet down from me, but I don't know where the rest goes. So why do most of us look way down there when we can't see and try to figure out what's going to happen? When we can look at something that's right in front of us, figure out the step-by-step process of how we can get down it and what we can figure out based on those 5 feet in front of us, rather than looking 2 miles down the hole. Because if you look 2 miles down the hole, you'll never truly figure out what's down those 2 miles in the hole, but you'll miss what's 5 feet in front of you.
Hard on focusing on the big goal, such as making $10K a month, it's going to seem impossible because you aren't seeing the little steps along the way. Instead, focus on how you can make $200 that day, and once you reach that goal, focus on how you can make $400 in a day, and so on, until you reach that big goal. How to fulfill your potential. As we're growing up, our parents ask us what we want to be when we grow up. We tell them, I want to go to the NBA, I want to be a professional soccer player, I want to be an astronaut. But why do these things change?
Why does potential change? And why does it change for the good and why does it change for the bad? Many of us are left open-ended on what we're going to be when we grow up, where we're standing in life, what we're going to do in the next 5 years, what we're even going to do in the next 10 minutes. We don't know. But that comes down to what you truly want deep inside. You've got to figure out what you want and how you can achieve it. Because if you never set out a process and you never get the penny, nickel, dime, set, quarter, if you don't get any of that, you're never going to be able to do it. You have to know what it's going to take to get there. Kobe always said, I've got the Mamba mentality. I'm going to outwork everybody. He knew what it would take to get there. He knew dribbling in the rec room when everyone else was partying. Sorry about that. When everyone else was partying on Saturdays and Friday nights, that he would get there eventually. Tiger Woods, same thing. LeBron James, same thing. Michael Jordan, same thing. It's a very common trait with all of these people. They do things that set themselves apart.